Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us. This is way more people in person than I expected. It's fantastic. I guess you guys are interested in seeing Kristi in the hot seat on this Titan Leadership Series. Kristi, you ready to go?
I'm ready, Justin.
Okay. In this episode of the Titan Leadership Series, we sit down with Kristi Knox, Chief Relationship Officer, to explore her journey, insights on leadership, and how relationships shape success in real estate.
Oh, you're really planned. You've really planned for this.
This interview is conversational. It's going to be authentic and full of personality, just like Kristi herself.
Wow.
All right. So
buckle in, people.
You can run with this, but kind of keep in mind that we do have a time limit. Who are you? What's your background?
Who am I? I am 57-year-old lady. Am I 57 or 56, Mom? 57, I think. So what's my background? I was born in a small suburb outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Go Steelers.
Katanning?
Katanning, Pennsylvania, and moved to Carlisle when I was 4 years old because my father moved the family here, my mom and my sister, Julie, and to open up a PPG plant, Pittsburgh Plate Glass in Mount Holly Springs. And so moved the whole family here, and that's what brought us to Carlisle.
Okay. What first drew you to real estate, and what keeps you passionate about this industry?
So my mom was a realtor. She was the best realtor ever. She had a really also, so I was surrounded by it. And she also had, her best friend was also a realtor, right? So I was always surrounded by these really two cool, strong women who I felt like they really ran this town, Carlisle. And they really taught me everything that I knew and know today and still applies today.
That's awesome. I really love that respect that you have for Carol.
I do.
And story about Mark bringing her family here. That's fantastic. And as you mentioned, that real estate runs in your family. How's that influenced your approach to leadership and relationships?
So I've never been really great at relationships with friends. I'll just say that. I will always. Why are you laughing?
I'm just laughing.
So, but I've always realized how important relationships are in all stages of your life and in all parts of it. And so I always had seen, and I watch other people, and I've seen other people manipulate situations by the way that they act, the way that they talk, by the way they mirror other people to sort of get what they want. And so, I've seen them then take these relationships and build them to further their careers and so on. And so I'm always watching. I guess people don't think that maybe I watch a lot. I'm always sort of like the one that walks in the room half crazy. But I'm always watching and trying to learn different things to pick up about how to I don't know, to attract and build the relationships that I have within our organization and make them stronger.
Okay. That's great. As we go here, I think that people are going to get a feel for you on a deeper level, as opposed to the surface that I think a lot of people are familiar with and the thought that you put into things. And that's exactly what we're here to do. Mm-hmm. Now, did you ever see yourself owning a brokerage?
Never, ever in a million years.
How about 9?
Never.
Yeah? How's that make you feel?
Scared every morning. Every morning, scared. literally, yeah, I wake up. It's a huge responsibility, knowing that we've got all these families that we're responsible for. And so I think having that little sense of fear, I never feel relaxed. I think anybody in our leadership team can say that. We never just like sit back and we're like, wow, look at what we built. We're always just a little scared, always trying to make ourselves better, always trying to make sure that you guys have all that you need. So I never imagined this in a million years, but now like looking back, it's exactly where I was supposed to be, exactly.
That's it. So one of our agents contributed this next question. It says, how do I understand your success and local real estate strength?
Success. So, so there's this golden rule that I was taught by somebody, and that is, and I use it day to day, and I feel like this has contributed to my strength with people trusting me in our town. And that is, I always try to make someone feel better about themselves when I walk away. I want to make them just feel better. Did you ever walk away from someone, you're like, that was sort of... So, and I was taught, I feel like from when I was a teenager, that it's all in the way that you make other people feel, right? It's building that trust right away. Just not have it be about you all the time. Put the focus on the other person. And in that creates just such great selflessness, and people are more willing to share. And I just feel like people are always willing to share with me because of it.
You focus on the other person and how you can make them feel, yes, rather than what benefits you. You're there to make them feel good about that interaction every time.
Every single time.
And that's it. That's basically how you've run your business. That's the focus of how you interact with people, how you interact with the marketplace.
It's never about me. It's always, what can I do for you?
Cue the train.
Cue the train.
All right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. That's good.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So, before you had Iron Valley, mm-hmm, you had this amazing partnership.
Who was that with?
I was with T-Bone over here, Terry.
Terry.
And then you found me and adopted this stray.
I did.
So what was the catalyst for that team formation? And you had a team before that we won't really talk about. But like, what started you on your whole team journey, and what was the catalyst for all that?
So another life lesson that I learned is that I can only get so far just based on who I am and my knowledge and what I know. But I have to surround myself by smarter people, always. And I'm not afraid to ask. And I'm not afraid to tell other people, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I've always known that I'm a great real estate agent, always. And I love negotiating. I love helping my clients. What was that saying?
What was the catalyst for starting to
surrounding
form
myself
teams?
Because I'm a great real estate agent. I'm great at nothing else. I'm great at nothing else, really, when it comes down to it. I need someone else to sort of take care of me. And when I found that in real estate, with it first being an assistant to do my paperwork, it catapulted me. Going from a $3 million agent to a $5 million to a $6 million agent, because it took away that stress from me of someone else doing my follow-up, with my paperwork and all of that. And then when Terry came in and Terry started taking care of me, and it's the truth, my sales started increasing more. I went from a $7 million agent to an $8 million agent to a $9 million agent, because I realized and I learned very quickly what I'm good at. And that's what I encourage everybody else to do the same. And that's what I love about Iron Valley, because I feel like that's what we're really good at, because you can't be good at everything. But use us, use the community that surrounds you to lean on.
So I remember some of the early discussions about team formation, and not only at our team level, but then eventually as we came to Iron Valley with Chris, who really completed everything that we've done. Do any of those particular discussions stand out to you with regard to shared values or the aligned goals that we all share?
So the one thing that we all share is we will always do the right thing. Always. We just, when faced with the right way or a way that we could probably get away with doing something, we always do the right thing, no matter if it's not good for us or, the other way could be a little bit better. And that made me and makes me feel so much at ease every single day, knowing that. The other thing that I saw is just the work ethic of the four of us is insane. Like, everybody's working at all times. Like, nobody has to say, hey, what are you doing? Like, I will call Justin. I'll be like, hey, you still in bed? It'll be like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That's only just to harass him, right? But the work ethic, there was just some magic when it came together, that everybody had their own little part, their own little side of the world, but we all underneath had the same morals, values, work ethic. And that, I think that's really hard to find.
It is. And I think we're lucky. We all came from failed professional relationships on one level or another before we came together. So I think we really appreciate what each other does.
Yeah, we do.
And how we can kind of ignore the parts of the business that we really despise. And focus on the parts that we're better at.
Yes. And I encourage everybody to do that too. Let go of the stuff. If you're holding on to any part of the real estate process that you're not good at, let it go. It will be so freeing to really let your true talent shine and not let it be eaten up by that other time spent on things you're just not good at.
Just dreading it, right?
Oh, dreading it.
So we're going to switch a little bit. We just went from background and beginnings. We're going to talk a little bit about your role and leadership in the business.
Okay.
So what do you do here?
So I am the head recruiter, obviously, and I've got 275, 80 other recruiters underneath me, which is all of the agents that work with us. I retain. And Holly? Yeah. Holly's here too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Holly. So I recruit. You're so weird, Justin.
It takes one to know one.
So I recruit, I retain, I coach. I love coaching agents. I love coaching agents on using CRMs. Everybody hates me for that. But that's what I do. And I watch. I watch. I see what agents need. And that's my role here. And then usually it's to like liven up the mood. A lot of times in our meetings, that's what I'm normally for. Entertainment value, basically.
Yeah. Okay. So as that chief relationship officer, what's your strategy for building good relationships in this growing organization where it's practically impossible to stay on top of, knowing everyone's birthday. And, we do give a damn, but it's just a lot to keep track of. How do you manage that?
I just stay true. I stay true to who I am, and I try to connect with every agent on some sort of level, but I see myself in everybody. I see myself in every agent out there. And I just, I don't know, I just relate. And I see the battles that you're out there every day fighting. I'm out there with you. But
So talking about the battles,
yeah.
what obstacles have you overcome that you're better for today, that make you better at your job?
So when I first started into this business, and this is a little background, my husband, my very first husband, that I was married to, was in the mortgage business, didn't have the greatest of reputation. And I knew that, sort of didn't know it, sort of turned a blind eye. So when I first got into real estate, whenever I would go turn a contract in somewhere, back then you would go drop them off at the offices, he would follow me around to different offices and check up on me, because he was knowing that for the first time I was hearing a little bit about him and his practice and how he treated other people, which wasn't very kind, right? And very forthcoming. But I was hearing it from other realtors, right? And I was wondering why, maybe people weren't being as inviting to me in the community of realtors that I should be. And that was because I had to be this much more ethical, this much more knowledgeable, because everybody thought I was going to be just like him, right? Just like him. I was his wife. I had to share my same values as him, but I didn't in work. And I also don't believe that you can share two different values. You can't have one set of values for work and one set of values for your life. That you can only have one, right? And it should match. If you're pretending to have one in business, that's got to be exhausting if it's different from your regular values. But I learned a lesson, is that, like, in this business, you're judged every single day. You're judged by agents around you. You're judged by other agents. You're judged by the consumers. Just be your very best. Be on. You're being watched. And I don't know. That was just a little story. But at the very beginning, I was going to say you can ask my mom, but she's not part of this. Sorry. But yeah, it was hard starting out with that reputation. It was very hard.
So do you think that was the most difficult obstacle for you to overcome?
Yeah.
Or you feel that was?
Yeah, I felt like that was probably the most difficult, because I had to be really good.
You were on an apology tour from day one?
I was on an apology tour.
Okay.
Apologizing for who I was, basically,
Guilt
Yeah.
by association.
Guilt by association.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry you had that struggle.
Thanks, but it made me into who I am today, because I still feel this way, and I don't know if you guys feel this way, but like when I go out on appointments and stuff like this, like sometimes I feel like I'm an actress, right? I do. I feel like I'm an actress, because I can pretend I'm anybody that I want to be. I can mimic any of my clients. That's what I love about it. I can. I mimic them. Every client's an adventure to me. That's the way I look at it.
And they're all different.
Every single one is different. Yep.
So that's what you love about it.
I do love.
And that's the exciting part.
Yeah.
What's the scariest part to you about this business or business in general?
It used to be when I handed the contract to the other agent. Oh, I hated that, right? The minute you let it out of your hands, you give that contract to the other agent, because you never know if they're the agent's going to be like, hey, you forgot to check that box, or you forgot to do that. I was so afraid of doing that. What was your question?
What scares you about business?
Scares about business now. Scares about business. What I hate most is losing agents in our business.
Yeah.
Losing agents, being misunderstood. That scares me. Being misunderstood.
Yeah. Judged.
Judged.
Yeah.
And not being able to have a voice when I just not having an opportunity to be a voice.
Okay. So where do you see our company, Titan 4, going in 5 years?
We're on the move. We're on the move. We're getting stronger. Our first 5 years, thank you all for being with us. We're getting stronger. We're getting better.
You think we're getting better?
Oh my gosh, we're getting so much better. Our love for the company and the business just keeps growing as we see the potential that we have and the potential that our agents are showing us, right? We recently just promoted 2 agents from within our companies because we saw a little bit of us in them. Some, that selflessness. Thanks, Justin. And just that determination to win. And yeah.
And why do you think it's important to bring other people into the leadership group?
Because
or the
we're not
leadership
the smart.
group?
We're not the smartest all the time.
Right.
We are not the smartest. We don't have all the answers all the time. And I think it takes a really strong leader to say that. And as we continue to grow, we need to bring in that talent with us and along for the ride with us, because it just makes us all better.
Well, there's a risk of dilution, right?
Yeah.
We can't be everywhere. We can't be
and
everything.
we can't be everywhere. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So that was kind of open-ended, where you said we were going to be in 5 years. We'll leave it at that, though. All right, tell you what, instead of 5 years, what's next?
What's next?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say.
Wait, did you have to get acceptance? Because I feel like if you did.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got some big, we definitely have some big.
Said no?
No, just
Said no, yeah.
I didn't say no.
Can
I
I?
said no.
No?
I said no.
Okay.
Yes, though.
So what's big? More offices, more agents with continued talent to share amongst all of us, more training.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
thanks.
Moving right along. We're going to get into motivation and mindset.
Great. Mindset.
So what inspires you? What keeps you moving, doing this, which is not an easy thing, every day?
So, number one, I have always wanted to. So the number one reason why I wanted to become a top real estate agent, be successful, is because I wanted to show my kids that that a woman could be successful on their own, and that they didn't necessarily, I hate to say this, is this horrible?
It's okay. It's just you and me.
Okay, good. That you didn't have to rely on somebody. Like when somebody lets you down in your life, you can pick up the pieces and you can start and you can do it all over again. And the sky's the limit. And I wanted to teach my kids that. I wanted to teach my kids how successful that I could be and that I'm not afraid of anything when truly I'm afraid of pretty much everything.
But you still do it.
But I do it and I did it. But it's my kids. My kids just, yeah.
That's your why.
That is my why
They are
every
your
single
inspiration.
day.
Okay.
Every single day.
What's your favorite?
And TJ Maxx. And TJ Maxx. I love shopping at TJ Maxx. And I don't like looking at price tags. When I have to look at price tags at TJ Maxx, I know I need to fill my pipeline. Honestly, that's what it is. So if I look at a tag as $29.99, I'm putting it back down. I'm like, Kristi, you need to sit down at your desk and start calling your people. But yeah,
Okay.
that's the truth.
So what's your favorite lesson from your career so far?
Don't be a jerk. Everybody's watching.
That's a good one. That's a good one. What are your own challenges? I mean, between, keeping yourself motivated and loving the challenge of what you do, and then the moments of burnout.
Oh, yeah.
Does the burnout happen?
Like spring is horrible. Spring for me is just terrible. I usually have a couple breakdowns, just,
Me too.
moments. Yeah, we do.
Mm-hmm.
We do. As partners, yeah, we have breakdowns where I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. Those moments.
So back to refocus, spring market, just the level of activity. Is that the intense part?
Yeah, it's a level of activity. And because it's my own business starts to kick in, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How do you overcome those moments of burnout to stay focused on what you need to do, to keep your head down, to keep going through it rather than just giving up or whatever? I guess failure is not an option, but how do you keep focused through the burnout?
I never want to disappoint anybody, whether it's my parents, whether it's my kids, whether it's my clients. I'm always thinking about that other person, and I just never want to disappoint anybody. Because even in like a real estate transaction, there's so many people involved. I don't want to disappoint anybody in that.
You take a lot of this on your own shoulders, and you internalize a lot of that. I can tell that, your focus on your responsibility to everyone else is paramount to you. How do you give yourself grace, through feeling all that? Or how do you give yourself grace? I mean, how can you give yourself a pass there? I mean, what do you do to cope with all of this?
Vacation. I vacation.
You vacation.
Yeah. I vacation. I try to vacation as much as I can.
Really?
Yeah, I know the partners haven't noticed.
You should take some more time.
I love to vacation because it's the only way that I can truly. So
You should take some more time.
I mean, I've been doing this for a really long time, right? So plugged in. The only time I can truly disconnect is when I'm away. Truly disconnect.
No, that's absolutely valid. And is that also your celebration to acknowledge your achievements?
Heck yes.
Okay. So when you feel you might have dropped the ball, because you do internalize and take these things so personally, how do you climb back up? How do you redeem yourself in those situations?
I use the general rule in real estate. There's 24 hours to pout, really. And I'll tell you got 24 hours, and I will.
I'm writing that down.
I will pout, but I also do, I go by this rule of we're not delivering a beating heart here. Let's just break it down and realize what we're doing, right? And did I mess up? Have I messed up? Absolutely. But I feel like it's just so much easier when you admit it, just to say like, man, I really messed that one up, right? It's
Just take ownership of it
take ownership of it
and
immediately
move on.
and move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've already talked about your experiences. What's the most rewarding part of your position today?
Oh, so this is a good one. I love to see, like, actually see in the moment how this business changes lives of our agents. Like, actually changing it, allowing them to become agents, seem more confident. Like, I see it. Like, I get to, I have this wonderful position where I can see everybody. You guys see who's in your offices, and you see several agents, but I get to see it all. And I get to see an agent from the first time walking in the door, meeting you guys, right? Which is hard. Yeah, Stephanie, first time walking in. To these agents who maybe don't have a lot of confidence, to watching them just build their confidence and now having this career that has given them maybe something that they never had in their childhood, that they can now turn around and give to their family. There's just so many beautiful things that come out of this career that I see them doing. And I get front row seat to that every single day. I get really cool phone calls from agents telling me what they've done with their kids, what they've been able to share with anybody.
So that is really profound and deep, and it's amazing to me that we have access to a career that we can really change the trajectory of our whole family just by succeeding through hard work, right? Where did you start? What job were you doing before real estate?
I sold Yellow Page advertising. That's why I'm not afraid to pick up the phone and call, because I could call. So Yellow Page advertising, holy cow. And we did that before. I didn't have computers or anything.
So what is Yellow Page advertising?
Yeah.
So
the Yellow Pages, you know what I mean? I would call businesses and ask if they would like to advertise in the local Yellow Pages. And then I would design their ad. Me design their ad? Yes. You know, those big, yeah. So that's what I did before that.
what else did you do? What was,
I didn't do any, I graduated, I went to college, drank beer for 5 years.
That's good.
But I got a degree in management. God loved my parents. Sent me off to West Virginia University. Had a great experience.
Heard you were a school bus driver.
Oh my gosh, I was a school bus driver. I also, okay, so this is what I'm.
Has anybody ever ridden with Kristi?
And I was a substitute teacher. So this is now I get the pattern where you're going. I will do just about anything, right, to make it happen. I will do anything. I'm not afraid.
So you were a school bus driver, and now you're a partner
in this huge thing. Yes. Yeah, I drove a school bus.
It's pretty wild. Congratulations.
I was not good at driving a school bus. I really was
No
not. I avoided
No shit.
hills at all costs. You know what it's like trying to get on a hill? Yeah, I really did. I know. But it paid good, and I could take my kids with me, right? So I did it.
Any regrets? Other than him?
No regrets.
Cool.
No.
Life's too short.
Life's too short, yeah.
When do you expect to hang up your lockbox, retire?
So I don't know. Gradually I feel like my sales are sort of you know, because I love I love working in the business more. I don't know. I don't. I can't answer that question.
Okay.
That scares me to answer that because you guys will keep me to it, and you're never kicking me out.
Okay.
Staying here forever.
Good deal. It's as honest as you can be. Okay. So let's talk about marketing and branding of our business. So, how do relationships influence an agent's personal brand?
Are my questions a lot harder than everybody else's? Wait, okay.
So, I see agents out there trying to succeed and trying to create their brand, but I think that a lot of times they fail to take into account who they are, and I don't want to use this too much, but authentically who they are and how they relate to the world. How do you think that is explain to me how you think who you are authentically relates to your brand as an agent.
Oh, yeah. So, and we're going to dig deeper into this later about do your thing. But
Let me ask this. How personal
Yeah.
is too personal whenever it comes to relating yourself authentically to the market that you want to serve? How personal is too personal?
nothing's too personal.
Nothing's too personal. I have a story about nothing's too personal with you.
No, you're not telling that story.
No, I'm telling the story about the cards that you send out to your clients
Oh,
with the
yeah.
stupid little stick figure drawings. And
I do. I do send inappropriate pictures sometimes to my. So, like, I write notes to my. I write notes to my people. That's what we're supposed to do, right? We write notes. If you're not writing notes, are you really an agent, right? So I write notes, but on my notes, sometimes I don't know what to say. So I will just draw a picture. And sometimes they're inappropriate. But they love them. My friend, at least they tell me they do. Right? But I'm telling you,
I want to know what you mean by inappropriate.
Yeah.
use your imagination
yeah,
with stick figures.
with stick figures. Yeah. And it's just me. I just don't ever be anybody else than who you are. And that's who I am. I've always been that person. Always. And I've never stopped.
Okay. That's the window
Even with my-
I was going for.
Even with my
Just
stick
be
figures.
yourself with your people
All the time.
and it'll work. So I'll draw you a picture.
Uh-huh.
What do you think clients value most in an agent's communication? For example, the stick figures.
What do they value most?
Yeah, what do they value most?
From me?
Yeah.
Honesty, connection. Like I'm just always, they never have to call me and ask me what's happening. I'm always telling them. And they always know that whether they're talking to me or not, I'm always fighting for them. Like, do you ever wonder, like, when you're, I don't know, when you're buying something, like, oh, they're your client, are they really working for you, right? I never wanted anyone to think that way about me. Is she really working for me? So I wanted just to be very clear because I knew that's what created raving fans, right? So I had to be very clear that I take control. You give everything to me. I know this is really scary for you. Give it all to me. I will handle it. I am the go-to person, one-stop shop. You just start packing. Let me start selling your house.
So that's how you balance your personal connection with that professionalism.
Yes.
That's how that works for you.
Yes.
Okay. Did you learn that from Carol?
Everything.
The stick figures?
Not that. She would never do that.
Okay. One of our agents asked, what is the most important thing to do when showing a property?
Make sure there's toilet paper.
I was gonna say, oh my God.
Make sure there's toilet paper.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Yeah. Is that really what you wanted me to say?
No, that's not. This was one of our agents' questions. That was just a bonus.
Yeah.
But what's the most important thing to do when showing a
Oh
property?
my gosh, the most important thing. I point out all the negative things while they're looking at all the positive things. Like I love the mechanicals. And it's weird. I do. I know. And I'm sure you guys are all the same way. I like the mechanicals. I like looking at stuff. I like poking around. I like getting underneath, checking for, I like that kind of stuff. I think just making sure, especially in this market, that you do a really thorough walkthrough the first time that's showing, because you may not have a second chance to go back through. So don't just like walk around, check yourself out in the mirror. Get down and dirty.
Okay.
I only know about that because sometimes I do that.
Totally valid. You didn't disappoint. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say. Pointing out the negatives. They know what they like. It's your job to point out the stuff that they might not like.
Yes.
So another one of our agents asked, what's the most you've ever sold in a year? Is that too personal?
No, I think I inched right over 10 million one time. And that's a lot of real estate. 11. Wow.
So it's important to know your numbers.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. See, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
great. So we're going to get on to some personal insights here.
Good.
What's one piece of advice you'd give to someone just starting in real estate today, just walked in the door?
Don't give up. Do not get, you're going to want to give up so many times. Just don't do it. Come into the office, call me. Just don't give up. There is so much at the end of the, what's that called? Rainbow?
Right.
Yeah. Just don't give up. It's a great career. It will pay off. Just hang in there.
We had a question from Angie saying, is there any marketing that you learned from, or anything that you learned from Carol, from, watching her and her marketing that still holds true today, still is a valuable approach?
So the way my mom marketed is she went to the gingerbread man at happy hour on Fridays. So, and that approach still works true. And I definitely recommend it to all to hit your local watering hole or a place. Happy hours are great to get clients.
100% agree.
Seriously, yeah.
It's where the judges hang out.
Cocktail parties.
Right.
Cocktail parties and, right?
Just get involved with whatever. As much as you can, get involved.
Thank you.
Get involved.
Thank you, Carol. So, aside from our friend, who has been the most influential person in your professional journey?
So I'm gonna say your friend Jane Weaver. I'm gonna say that because she was my mother's best friend. She was a great real estate agent. She was a great connector, right? But she taught me one thing that has just instilled. She taught me manners.
What happened?
I was just going to ask the same thing.
What?
What happened?
She took her life.
Whatever. But she taught me manners in, not that my mom and dad didn't teach me manners, but she taught me different ways to act in different situations that I didn't know. The unwritten rule of when somebody walks in the room and they go to shake your hand, stand up. Don't ever sit and just Don't be caught flat-footed. Stand up. It's just little things like that that make a difference and set you apart. That people just are like, oh, hey, she's a little different. So, yeah,
Okay, that's excellent.
just know, yeah, manners. Manners get you by.
So, if you could go back and give yourself one piece of advice, what would that be?
Stop worrying. It will all work out. Stop worrying.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll leave it there. Now, when you look ahead 10 years, what do you hope your legacy will be to this company, this industry? You know, what do you hope that people, not that you're going to be,
Like I'm going to be dead.
no,
in
but
10
like,
years.
what do you hope to establish as your legacy?
Sure. I hope that our agents take away about being true to themselves about who they are. Be who you are. Don't apologize for it. Use it to the best of your ability. Know when to tone it down. Know when to turn it up. But just be who you are.
So you hope to impart to our agents that it's okay to be them, be authentic, and kill it, right?
Yes.
Okay. That was me paraphrasing.
Thank you.
Now, we are on to the rapid fire section. We're coming down the home stretch. This is a question from Chris. Who's your favorite partner?
Depends. We all go to each other for different things.
Correct answer. What's your intro song? What's your walk-up song?
Public service announcement by Jay-Z. Every day.
Okay.
Every day.
Had to change that after Diddy's thing?
That
No?
was inappropriate, Justin.
Okay. If you were an animal, what would you want to be?
I was an animal. I don't know. I'd like to be a giraffe. A giraffe is cool because they've got a long neck and they can see everything.
Okay.
But I love animals in the ocean. So a dolphin would be really cool too, to swim.
A giraffe or a dolphin?
Yeah. Two different.
All over the place there.
Yeah.
Favorite beverage? Coffee, tea, something stronger?
Everybody sees me. I walk around with these purple drinks all the time. I always drink this purple Powerade. I know that's really bad. Probably has tons of dye stowed at. But coffee,
What?
wine.
And I do like whiskey. I love doing sort of shots and stuff like that.
Sort of shots. Okay.
Having fun.
Are you a morning person or a night owl?
I am a morning person.
Now. You're a morning person
So
now.
I wasn't. So I changed my behavior a lot. I went through a really years in real estate where I didn't like wake up till 10, 11 o'clock. Yeah, and that had to change. Whoa, big time. I mean, now I wake up at 5 every day, 5 o'clock.
You have, and I think my partners will agree, that your development from the time we got together until today, I mean, you have changed so much. Not only, I mean, you always a workhorse, but the way that you have been able to focus and harness just what needs to be done, you blow me away. You are way more focused than I ever imagined. And the results that you bring for our company is absolutely astounding. There's nobody who can build relationships like you can. And I think that the way that you were able to, I remember when we got together, your view of a problem was this, but now you have a much more wide view of everything that we consider. And I'm really proud that you're my partner. That's really great. So you've come a long way, and I can't wait to see where we are all in another 5 or 10 years.
Yeah.
Now, to wrap this up, what's one thing that people might be surprised to learn about you?
Let me think. I clean my ears all the time.
With what?
With anything.
With anything.
And everything.
I drive with 2 feet. Always. I drive with 2 feet.
Excuse me, explain that.
I drive with my foot on the gas and my foot on the brake at all times.
Oh, I was picturing steering wheel, and I'm like, I didn't.
No, yeah. Yeah. I don't know why. And what else? I don't know. I'm sort of a homebody. I'm a homebody.
That's true.
I like being home, and yeah, and my
You-
family lives all around me. So when I stay home, it just is my comfort place.
You are an extroverted introvert.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all I had prepared, which was a lot. Was there any questions that you would wished I had asked?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
All
I
right.
guess that's it.
Wow. Really appreciate you guys coming to get to know Kristi. Thanks, partner.
Thanks. Thank you to all of you.